that's true. I mean, it's described as a sort of a tomb, and I think it may have degenerated over thousands of years to eventually being used as such. But to summate Newgrange as a bloody tomb is a complete undermining of the culture and the wisdom that must have been there. And I think Anna Carey gets it right. It's a wonderful art and structure expressing and celebrating the divine.
Yeah, absolutely. I never liked the word tomb. You know, I always thought it was. It may have been used as a tomb, but I always thought it was so much more than that. You know, so much more than that. But I mean, the honest truth of the matter is that we just don't know. You know, so. But that's not. I like that about it as well, because that's the part of the mystery of it. You know, so it's well worth going to, and it's particularly well worth going to on this day. You know. Someone says that was Noel 5,000 years ago. I'm not too sure what that is. Dr. Chatelli, are you with us?
Right, yeah. I think Noel is back for the empty time.
Hi.
Is Chatelli?
Oh, I can see her. Yeah. How are you, Dr. Chatelli? How are you?
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Very good. I hope you're listening to our discussion there.
Good. Thank you. Hello.
So,
yes,
yeah.
It's quite interesting.
I think I'm not sure whether it's my Wi-Fi or your Wi-Fi, but I'm just, it's just a little delay there, you know.
Oh.
So Frances says she always wanted to go there, yeah.
Hello, everyone. Sorry.
Okay.
I guess there's some net issue with my place.
Yeah, it's a bit.
You're breaking up as well, so we can hardly hear you, unfortunately.
Yeah. So Anna Carey says she got her lotto ticket for next year's Solstice. So that's the way it works. Actually, it works through lottery. You get a ticket, and then a certain number of people are pulled out, and they get to go into the chamber. But you can visit it any time of the year. Well, I'm not sure with COVID whether you can visit it, but there's an interpretive center there, and they have a mock-up of the thing, and they have a great video explaining, you know, the whole thing. Well, their interpretation of the whole thing, and then you can actually go to the chamber. And it's not the only one there. There's two others. There's Nout and Doubt as well, and actually Doubt is incredible. There's way more. It's just incredible. They're only beginning to scratch the surface of what's going on over there, you know. So it's definitely worth a look. So let's see how many people we've got on. We've got 97 on. We have a lot of people to get through this evening in our celebration. So I think we should get started. What I want to ask before I get started, is there was a lady on called, I hope I have this pronunciation right, Sabnam, and her daughter, she said her daughter wanted to play the flute for us this evening, which would be really, really nice. But she sent me an email saying that she couldn't make it, but I'm not sure if the daughter could make it. So if you are Sabnam's daughter and you're on the call at the moment, if you could just send me a chat to Noel, or just send a general chat to everybody, and then I will manage to find you, and we can listen to that flute playing a little bit later on, you know. But I'm just going to take these basically in the order that people responded to the email. Okay, so it's going to go song, poem, or whatever way it's going to work out. So the first person on our list is Rajvinder, do you have a chant for us?
Yeah, we'll just do
you do a chant for us, Rajvinder, to get us off to an auspicious start. Yeah, you go ahead and do a chant.
I will just chant to the sun, because we are celebrating the light coming in. So I think the worship of the giver of the life, the friend of all of us, is the lovely sun. So we should say a little chant. So I will share the screen. I just put it on a little slide so everybody can read. So Noel, maybe you allow me.
Yeah. Okay, you should be able to share it now.
Can you see this?
Can't see it yet. Yeah, I can see
now
it now.
it is. Yeah.
Okay. So the one side is the Sanskrit, and the other side is the meaning. So I'm not going to read the meaning. I'm just going to chant. So this is from the yoga as well. When you do the sun salutation, with each pose, you say the chant. So if you're familiar, or you're in your own space, you can sing it. So we bow to the beautiful sun as the start of the winter, and would say the start of the kapha season as well in Ayurveda. So from now on, the vata is going to rise for vata people. So just watch out if it's too dry and cold. And for kapha people, the dampness is going to rise as well. So make sure you well warm yourself, and hopefully the sun will shine on us. So everybody take a little deep breath and just relax on your seat, on your places. Om Mitraय Namaha. Om Ravyay Namaha. Om Suryay Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagay Namaha. Om Ushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhay Namaha. Om Marichai Namaha. Om Adityai Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkai Namaha. Om Bhaskarai Namaha. So we worship the sun who is friend to us, shine the one, the radiant one, the dispeller of the darkness and responsible of bringing activity. Wish he illuminate us all and remove all darkness, who is all pervading and moving, giving us nourishment, fulfillment, and has the golden vibrance colored over lives. The son of Aditi, the cosmic divine mother, who is responsible for life, worth of praise and glory, giver of wisdom and cosmic illumination. May the December month be joyous, peaceful, love-filled, and breathtakingly magical for all of you. May your mindful journey through this lunar phase and the great wheel of life turn her face towards the sun. May you imbue these lovely holy moments with your light. May you attune your frequency to gratitude, and may your heart be open and expansive so that the miracles coming to your way are received willingly by you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, love, and light to all of you. So I wish you all health and happiness through this wonderful winter. So may all of you learn to slow down like a bear and go into your little warm place like a little squirrel and nourish yourself well. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thanks, yeah, I'll just stop sharing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And this is the time I heard in the traditionally in Ireland or in the West, people burn frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Those were the three precious things were brought to the baby Jesus as well. So I recommend people that you burn frankincense and myrrh, the candles around the Christmas. And you do the little tratka. Some of you have done my yoga class. So on the Christmas light, on the Christmas tree. So these are the little rituals that you can do around the solstice. So this is the time to sit around the table and enjoy with your family. So we are trying to do with this our lovely Ayurveda family. So happy solstice to all of you.
Thanks, Raj. Thank you very much. That's a great start for us. So I'll just give a little heads up rather than just calling people, you know, without any notice at all. So even though the first person here is obviously going to be called without any notice. But anyway, I'll give the first four. So the first four we're hoping to have on are Marion Murphy, who's going to give us a song, Roberta, who's going to give us a story, Stephen Hubble, who's going to give us a song, and then Louise Curran, who's going to give us something completely different. So, so Marion, are you there? Let me see, can I find Marion? I'm thinking maybe it's Marion's iPad, so I'll just ask to unmute that. Hi, Marion, you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm unmuted now.
Oh, have I got the right Marion?
Well, it's Marion from Deliri, Marion iPad, yeah.
Okay, and Marion Murphy,
Okay.
That's the important one.
Marion Murphy. I won't give you 39 verses of the old Bog Road.
No, okay, that's fair enough.
I'll give a little blessing in song.
Give us a few verses of something anyway.
Oh, 4 lines. Oh, blessed be your honest heart, and may its flame burn true and bright, and may it shine on your days to come, and in the dark be a guiding light, and in the dark be a guiding light. Sinead.
Thanks very much, Marion.
I know what.
And you have this halo around you as
Yes.
well. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. You have a halo at the back of you there. So
I do.
yeah, a very light-filled song. So thank you very much for that.
Oh,
Thanks very much.
no.
Lovely. Thank you, Mary.
So Roberta is going to give us a story. Now, Roberta, you can unmute yourself, I think.
Thanks, Noel.
Hi, Roberta. How you doing?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you.
Right.
It's a bit early for this story, maybe, but we'll go for it anyway.
Okay.
This is a story about a little boy from Glasgow called Jamie. And Jamie's a bit of a cheeky boy, and I've met a few Jamies in my time in school. So here we go. The story is called Jamie is Glaswegian. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
perfect.
Little Jamie came into the kitchen where his mother was making dinner. His Christmas time was coming up, and he thought this was a good time to tell his mother what he wanted. Mum, I want a bike for my Christmas. Little Jamie was a bit of a troublemaker. He had gotten into trouble at school and at home on many occasions. Jamie's mum asked him if he thought he deserved to get a bike for Christmas. Little Jamie, of course, thought he did. Jamie's mother, being a Christian woman, wanted Jamie to reflect on his behaviour over the last year. Go to your room, Jamie, and think about how you've behaved this year. Then write a letter to God and tell him why you deserve a bike for Christmas. Little Jamie stomped up the stairs to his room and sat down to write God a letter. This was letter 1. Dear God, I've been a very good boy this year and I would like a bike for my Christmas. I want a red one. Your friend, Jamie. Jamie knew this wasn't true. He had not been a very good boy this year, so he tore up the letter and he started again. Letter 2. Dear God, this is your friend Jamie. I've been a pretty good boy this year and I would like a red bike for my Christmas. Thank you, your friend Jamie. Now, Jamie knew this wasn't true either, so he tore the letter up and he started again. Letter 3. Dear God, I've been an okay boy this year. I still would really like a red bike for my Christmas. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie knew he could not send this letter to God either, so Jamie wrote another letter, letter 4. God, I know I haven't been a good boy this year. I am very sorry. I will be a good boy if you just send me a red bike for my Christmas, please. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie knew, even if it was true, that this letter was not going to get him a bike. And by now he was very upset. He went downstairs and told his mum that he wanted to go to church. Jamie's mother thought her plan had worked, as Jamie looked very sad. Just be home in time for dinner, Jamie's mother told him. Jamie walked down the street to the church on the corner. He went into the church and up to the altar. He looked around to see if anyone was there. Jamie bent down and picked up a statue of the Virgin Mary. He slipped it under his shirt and he ran out of the church, down the street, into the house and up to his room. He shut the door to his room and sat down with a piece of pen and paper. Jamie began to write his letter to God. Letter 5. God, I've got your ma. If you want to see her again, send the bike. Signed, you know who.
Very good. Very good. Nice twist. We're not advising anybody to do that, but very good. Thanks, Roberta. Thank you very much. Nice story. Nice cheery story. And we have Stephen Hubble now. So let's see if we can find Stephen. I'll try and mute him. Stephen is going to give us a song or two. Okay, I'm not seeing Stephen. Stephen, if you're there, just send me a chat, will you? Just to Noel or to everybody, whatever is easy for you. And let's see, I'll put in your surname and see. No. Okay, so maybe Stephen isn't there. Stephen, if you are there, as I say, I can call you in later on anyway, you know. So the next one then is Louise, and Louise is I
see Steve's iPad.
Steve's or Steph's iPad?
Oh, I see.
Is it Steph's iPad?
It's the EPH.
Yeah,
could be either.
No, this is yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for Louise Curran, and I have two Louises here. So I'm going to unmute one and just ask them if they're Louise Curran. If they're not, there's no problem. So there's a Louise I've just asked to unmute. So you can unmute yourself. Okay, not getting a response there. So there's another Louise I'll ask to unmute. Hi, Louise.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, I have
Hi
the
there.
Hi, Louise. So Louise is a yoga teacher and a good friend of the Ayurveda Center and a very big Ayurveda supporter as well. And I think we're going to be doing a bit, everybody's going to be doing a bit of dancing. I'm not too sure about the format of this, but I'm going to,
Yeah.
Louise, and I'm going to hand over to Louise.
Thanks for trusting me.
Yeah, no problem.
So this is going to be a bit off-piste in terms of yoga, chair yoga. We're all going to do a little bit of a dance. Can I just do a quick sound check though? So I don't know, if, Noel, if you'll have to let me.
Yeah, share. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to.
Okay.
Agree, yeah.
So I'll just do a quick.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, you're gone, Louise.
Can't hear.
Nothing.
Frozen, I think.
Yeah, Louise, you're gone altogether.
Oh, she's back.
Hi, Louise.
Can't hear you, Louise.
No sound at all, Louise. Now you're muted. I'll ask to unmute you again. So you should be able to unmute yourself.
No, you're unmuted.
Can you hear me again?
You can hear you again, but couldn't hear anything when you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to do a sound check. If it doesn't work, then we might have to pass on it. But let me just try share the sound again. Sorry.
Just says your bandwidth is low here, but anyway.
Okay.
No, you're gone again, Louise.
No.
Yeah, you're gone again, Louise.
Bandwidth doesn't support, maybe.
Yeah, we'll come back to you and we'll see, can we come back to you?
And you turn off your camera and turn it on again. That might help.
Yeah, I think it's more to do with the bandwidth is probably
right.
the issue, you know. Okay, so we missed 2 out of that 4, but anyway, we got 2, so we'll go with the next 4. So actually, Paul Seary, who's a good friend of ours and a brilliant musician, is going to, if he's here.
I don't see him.
I'm not getting any Pauls either. Yeah. Okay. So, okay, Paul is not there either. Rajvinder is asking to be unmuted. Hi, Raj.
No, it's fine. I was going to say to Louise, maybe you come back, check there.
Yeah. I don't see Paul here. So
trying to ring Paul if he answers.
Oh, you have a phone number for him, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next
maybe Regina is on the list, isn't it?
Regina, yeah, we'll go for Regina. Yeah.
And then somebody else said in the chat to put her on the story.
Ah, yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah, she is already. Yeah. Hi, Regina. You should be able to unmute yourself.
Okay.
Hey, that's it. Yeah. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. You hear me? Good. That's the hardest part, just getting myself heard.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Working the PC. Hi. I'll just start by saying, I wish you a happy solstice. I wish you a happy solstice. I wish you a happy solstice and lots of good cheer.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you.
Very nice.
Now I'm going to do a wee medley of songs. That there's 4, so if you just hold off and don't clap for me too soon.
Okay.
I'm going to try and sing a couple of wee verses each Christmas song. My voice will be a bit quaky to start with, but here you go. All right. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since there's no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. She didn't see me creep down the stairs to have a peek. She thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom fast asleep. Then I saw Mommy take her Santa Claus underneath his beard so snowy white. What a laugh it would have been if Daddy had only seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus last night. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Thank you.
Way, lovely, lovely voice.
Well done.
Very nice voice. Beautiful.
Lovely voice, yeah.
Yeah. And a lovely medley for Christmas. Gets us in the mood.
Thanks, Regina. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So I just texted Paul Siri there, so maybe he'll be on. And Stephen, If you're on, just send me a chat and we'll be happy for you to come on and sing, you know. And Sonia is next. Sonia is going to, I think, do a reading for us. Hi, Sonia. You should be able to.
There, she sent a message.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
great.
No, I just heard Sunia. I said, who's Sunia?
How do you pronounce your name?
In the pronunciation. Sonia.
How do you pronounce your name?
Sonia.
Sonia.
Sonia. All right. S-O-N-I-A.
Yes,
Okay.
Sonia.
Sonia.
Sonia
S-O-N-I-A.
comes from
Okay.
Sonia Heaney, the famous dancer, you know,
Yeah.
on ice, the New Zealand dancer.
Okay. You learned something new.
Right. Yes, I have a couple of readings to you. One related Ayurveda, and the other one is related to Christmas. So, the one that is related to Ayurveda says, remember that you are water. Cry, glance, flow, let go. Remember that you are fire. Burn, tame, adapt, ignite. Remember that you are air. Observe, breathe, focus, decide. Remember that you are earth. Ground, give, build, and heal. Remember that you are spirit. Connect, listen, know, be still.
Very nice.
Very good, Sonia. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So the next reading is actually from this book, Celebrating Silence, to His Holiness Shri Shri Ravi Shankar. So it's different speeches that he did throughout his travels around so many countries, really. So, okay. You are the Christmas. You are the Christmas tree that points upwards with branches on all the sides. At the time of the year when other trees are barren, you are green with many gifts to others. You bear gifts and lights, not for yourself, but for others. Remember that all the gifts you are carrying in your life are for others. Anyone who comes to you, offer them your gifts. Let time celebrate your presence. People usually make a wish for the new year, but this year, make no wish. Let the new year celebrate you. If the new year wants to bring you nicer things, just let it be. Usually, you are lost in celebration. When you let time celebrate you, you are a witness and this celebration. The new year is fortunate because you are living at this time. You are not living for yourself, but for the world. Whatever the world needs or wants, you are here for that. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia.
Just a little one, you know. So wish you all peace and harmony, delightfulness, health, whatever, from today and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonia. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
To you
Thank
as well,
you.
Sonia.
Noel Paul series there.
Oh, is he? Okay, let's find Paul. Oh, there he is there, yeah. Hiya, Paul.
Hello, Don. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
How are you?
Paul.
Have you got your screen on, Paul?
my screen.
I can see Paul.
You can
Yeah,
see me,
perfectly.
It's on. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Don, I'm going to mute. Can you mute yourself, Don, and I'll unmute you because you're coming up on the video here. Because Paul's sound is very faint.
Right. Okay. Noel?
Yeah, that's much better, Paul. Yeah, and now you've appeared as well. Yeah. Brilliant.
Right, because I have it at the guitar level. I don't want it too loud.
Okay.
I'll adjust it if it's too loud after. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll play a little guitar for you. Yeah. Is that
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Paul.
Thanks, no, thank you.
That was lovely.
What was the piece, Paul? Was it under with the music or?
It's Hangstedwani. Yeah. Hamstedwani? Yeah.
Okay.
Raga Hamstedwani.
Raga. Okay. Raga Hansadani. Oh, nice. Thank you. Very nice.
Can you give us another one? It was really beautiful.
Yeah, sure, no, okay. How is the sound okay? I don't know.
Sound is fine, yeah.
Oh,
Sound
okay,
is really
okay.
good. Wow, Paul.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Who's your manager, Paul? If
Paul.
the Ayurveda
Yeah.
gig doesn't work out for me, I might give you a shout.
Okay.
I tell you.
Is that one of your own instruments, Paul?
Oh no,
Did you
this is
make it?
a 12-string guitar. It's
Rightio.
it's a guitar. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely, absolutely beautiful.
Listen, we'll have to do a concert for you, a live concert for you,
All right.
when we're out of this lockdown. I know you
Right.
played when we opened up the Ayurveda Centre in Dublin in 2010. You played for us then, but I think a live concert, whenever we start getting out of this lockdown, maybe March or April like that, we could do a live concert. Actually, it'd be great to have an evening together with live performances, But anyway, we'll get back to you now, Paul. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic synthesis of Irish and Indian. Beautiful.
Yeah, really, really nice. Really, really nice. Well done, Paul.
Thanks.
Well done, Paul. So we're going to have a reading from Lisbeth now. And if Stephen Hubble has come on, just send me a little text there, Hi, Lisbeth. So you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
So I got inspired to read a little story, and not really read it because it's a shortcut of a book like this. It's written in Danish language, and it's about Father Christmas, or Yule Man as it's really called, because I think also you talk about Yuletide, the time of this year with the solstice. He lives in Greenland. He really lives in Greenland. Some things he lives on the North Pole or in Finland or somewhere, but that's fake news. He has his castle or his dwelling built in Greenland. And this is the story about how all this happened. Ikaluk and Appa are the two children that helped the Yule Man become the Yule Man. Both their parents are known as some that bring happiness. The father has good luck as a hunter and is a master in hunting bears. His harpoon always hits the target, and he always knows where there's a good hunt. And their mother, her smile is as radiant as the sun, and she is not like other women. Ikaluk learns hunting and how to ride a dog sled from his father. And Appa learns how to make kamiks, like these long boots that the Greenlanders wear, tan the hides, and much more from her mother. The whole family is on their way back from their summer travels to their winter home. And when they're almost at home, they follow polar bear tracks for 3 days, and they know it's a very big polar bear. But suddenly the tracks stop, as if the bear has flown away. Back home, they meet their friends and family, but the children keep on thinking about the bear and try to find out what happened. They walk out to try and find the bear. So they approach an opening in a cliff, and they don't know what to think, because there's this very strong smelling and a very strong feeling. Not such a nice feeling. The father has told them that when the fear is undefinable, there's no apparent source for the fear, then it's because there are trolls nearby. Trolls are the embodiment of the negative and destructive forces in nature. But somehow they're still drawn into the cave. And then they see this big polar bear being attacked and ridiculed by 10 to 15 trolls. And the bear has big wounds, and when he falls to the ground, all the trolls throw rocks upon him. Before entering the cave, they found a rock kind of item, and when they rubbed it, the big blast of fire issued from it. So they assume it's an amulet or a token. And Ikaluk was the one that touched the amulet the most, so he can see the trolls. Normally, they're not visible to human eyes. So when the trolls become aware of the presence of humans, they get scared away because they know that Ikaluk can see them. Trolls get afraid when someone sees them. They're afraid of light, and they're especially afraid of the light from the sun. So they hide and run away. And the children also go home, but they keep on thinking of the polar bear, and they want to go back to him the next day. Somehow deep inside, they feel something special is going to happen. Ikaluk takes some dried meat and fish from his father's storeroom, and Appa digs deep into the snow to find some moss, which she also brings along. The polar bear is really very weak, and although they're afraid of approaching him, just one blow of the polar bear's paw, they can kill both of them. But they still get closer, and Appa chews some of the moss to poultice and to cover the wounds of the bear, because she knows it will stop the bleeding. And they both thaw snow in their mouths to give the polar bear something to drink. And they leave the meat for him to eat and then go home. The children are a little bit concerned about this story with the amulet, because they know there can be good and bad amulets, and they have doubts whether to keep it or not. And Ikaluk talks in general terms to his father about what to do with that amulet. They don't really tell their parents what they are up to. So he's just very general in his talking. And his father tells him one should bring the amulet to the magician. So next day they go to the magician, and he tells them that the amulet belongs to a foreign spirit, but a good one that will protect the human race and protect them from the powers of darkness. So they bring a magic stone to the polar bear, and a strange transformation starts to take place with him. His whole body, face, and all changes. And in the end, he stands 2 meters tall before them and looks pretty much like a human. Again, this day, they leave some food for him. And the next day, Ikaluk takes some of his weapons along, his bow and arrow. And on the way, they see a strange animal they've never seen before. It jumps around. But Ikaluk managed to shoot it with his bow and arrow, and it turns out to be a red hat. On their way, also see troll children sledging on what they take to be the hide of the polar bear. And when they manage to scare the troll children away, they go and take the hide. And it actually is a red piece of cloth, which Appa rolls up into a bundle. In the cave, again, they meet up with this being, and he now has a long white beard. They ask him his name, and he says it has something to do with sun. No, he says it has something to do with Yule. So the children think, well, why not call him the Yule Man? And he says he likes that name. So they give him the red hat, and the red hide turns out to be a very fitting robe for him. And at home, Appa starts to make hammocks for him, like in these long boots, with the help of her mother and grandmother. And in the meantime, Ikaluk is roaming around. On the ice, he sees something sticking up, and it is the tusk of a narwhal, which is considered to be something very, something that gives luck and something that gives strength. So he managed to get it free of the ice and brings it to the Yule Man. And Ikaluk can still feel that there are trolls in the cave, but he can no longer see them because he doesn't have the magic stone anymore. And the Yule Man says they are there to try to prevent him from doing what he needs to do, although he doesn't really know what that is. He also tells Ikoluk that the world is getting darker and darker because a new light is to be born. And then the children bring him the kamiks for his feet and also a pair of polar bear trousers that the grandfather has given them. The Yule Man wants the children to go to a certain cliff where there's a village, but he says he will stay behind, he will not go with them, so that he can keep the trolls in check so that they won't follow them. And they trick their father into letting them have the dog and the sledge. And they had to go to that cliff to find a helper whose name is Nisse. I think you call it a gnome. And Nisse is someone that helps Father Christmas. But on the way to this place, the children lose the dogs and the sledge. And when they meet up with Nisse, he helps them buy a sledge and some reindeer. They don't really buy these things because Nisse is a bit tricky and somehow wins the gold they have used to pay these things with. He tricks it back from the people. On their further travels, then they meet people who are extremely poor, and the children give the money to those people or the gold to those people. They tell them that this is a present from Yule Man, Christmas present, Father Christmas. And to the abode of because it's gold that Father Christmas gave them to buy these things they needed on their travel. So they're heading now for the abode of the trolls, because the trolls have captured Father Christmas' helper, the light spirit. And the trolls are keeping her captive because they don't want the light to be on earth. They want it all to be black and dark. So they travel to the troll's abode, and all of a sudden the reindeer starts to fly in the air. Father Christmas is then with them, and he says that there's still some light left in the world. There's only a very small, tiny, bitty line of pink-red in the horizon. So the trolls haven't succeeded in making the sun completely black. Yule Man stays outside the abode of the trolls and is the silent force in freeing the light spirit and support them from that silent level. In the abode, there are plenty of challenges, and when things are the grimmest, Appa starts to sing the song her mother sang for her when she was little. It is a song whose words have no meaning, and it really scares the trolls and makes them angry. When it looks like everyone is freed, there's a song duel between the trolls and Father Christmas. Again, songs where the words have no meaning, but luckily in the end, Father Christmas wins. And then when this battle is over, then everybody meets up in the cave where everything started and start discussing making this palace, this abode for the Yule Man in this cave. And back in the abode of the trolls, Appa had also been telling some of the trolls about the light, about the joy when spring comes, and all that we also enjoy. So many trolls fled from the abode and joined Yule Man and his friends. Actually, the very first Nisse we heard about had also escaped from the trolls because he fell in love with the light, and then he wasn't welcome in the abode of the trolls anymore. So he became that very first Nisse, we could say, because what you would call all the other guys, they were not trolls anymore. So they decided that their new name would also be Nisse, the helper of Santa Claus. I think you call them, I think I said this before, I think you call them gnomes and do not really associate them with Christmas. And of course, there are these little charms in the house that can bring luck or they can bring misfortune. And then when the light turns and when the light turns, when it starts to become lighter, all children can make a wish. And Father Christmas looks into a crystal ball and sees that what each child is wishing and shouts it into the sack, the wish-yielding sack bag, where they all take form. But how can so many presents be in just one small bag? And then Father Christmas says, because 10,000 wishes don't take up more space than 10 wishes. So Santa then flies in his sleigh at the speed of thought to all parts of the world, and no hamlet, no settlement, no place is ignored. And everywhere people are celebrating the coming of light. And then they came with a sack for fulfilling all wishes. So this is the story about Yuletide and Father Christmas.
Very nice, Elizabeth. Very nice. I like it. I like the way it says Santa Claus moves at the speed of thought. So that's pretty quick. That was really good. Thanks. What's the name of the book again, in case people are interested in buying it?
Well, I think it's only in Danish.
Oh, okay, it's only in Danish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to study that.
Okay. Okay. Well, we haven't seen you in Flow Drop for a while now. It's been at least, I think, 3 years since I was there with COVID and everything like that. But
yeah,
hopefully next year we'll get to meet you again. Hopefully.
I hope so too.
Yeah, it would
that
be
would
very
be
nice.
nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Jay Gurudev. Thank you very much.
Jay Gurudev.
Thank you very much for that. So, Jerry is going to give us a poem if he's on. Let me just see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Jerry, you should be able to unmute yourself there.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Jerry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
I need to just look at the text because I don't know my poem off by heart. Right. This is a poem that I've written, a humorous poem. I wonder if you're familiar with Dylan Thomas's epic poem, which I've kind of affectionately parodied, called it's about aging, and it's called "Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night." Do anybody know that poem?
I'm familiar with the phrase you just said there. All right, the whole poem.
It has the famous recurring line, "Rage, rage against the dying of the light," which is, the resistance to getting old and dying. So I've done an unlikely humorous merging of this poem with the story of Jack Sprat and his famously oppositional wife. Do you remember that at all?
Indeed, yeah.
At the same time, exploring the infinite rhyming possibilities for just one word, as you will hear. And it's also an exploration of the iambic pentameter, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. So there's quite a lot going on here. So it's called The Ballad of J. Sprat's Fish and Chip Emporium, and it's a cautionary tale. So here we go. Do not put rubbish into that good fat, the skinny chip man Jack yelled out each day, and raged against the frying in the vat. His rotund wife cooked Mars bars with a splat, chip butties too, and laughed to hear him say, "Do not put rubbish into that good fat." That lard's reserved for high-class fish and that, the chip man fumed, then vowed she'd rue the day, and raged against the frying in the vat. The wife ignored his warning caveat, declaring she would never obey to not put rubbish into that good fat. "You bloody fishwife tart," one day he spat, and threw her in the fat without delay, then sat and watched her frying in the vat. No longer did the slim proprietor say, "Do not put rubbish into that good fat," nor rage against the frying in the vat. He wasn't quite so fussy after that. The end.
Very good.
Just a bit of fun.
Yeah. Very nice. Right, Mars bars. Where are you in the world? It must be somewhere.
Glasgow.
Glasgow, yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, that is a thing in Scotland, is it? Mars
Okay.
bars into fat.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not sure where that fits in. Are you Ayurveda that fried Mars bars?
Yeah.
Okay, Jerry, have you another one, or you happy?
I wrote a little story. It's a kind of parable about friendship and the damage that can be done to friendship by rigid belief systems. Is that something that you'd be it's kind of semi-humorous? Would you be interested in that?
Yeah. Yes.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Okay, so it's not too long. It's called the parable of UA and EU. So two young boys called EU and UA once lived in the same rural village. UA and EU were the best of friends. They did everything together. They went to school together. They played together in the fields. They got up to mischief together. They were inseparable. As they grew up, UA and EU became even firmer friends. They each inherited their small family farm on the edge of the village. They helped each other harvest the crops. They spoke in defense of one another in any argument. They lent the other money when times were hard. Everyone remarked on how alike they looked, just like two brothers. They liked the same kind of women, and they adored the same sweet, spicy food. They were of similar height and build, and they had the same shape of nose. Even their penises were quite similar. They enjoyed life and lived it to the full. Now, it would be nice to say that UA and EU went on living happily like this, but they didn't. Because one day, when they were both in their 50s, things in the village changed. Missionaries came to their village and brought a new religion, or as they say in Ireland, two religions. UA was persuaded to become a Protestant, whereas EU was swayed towards Catholicism. This changed everything for them and for the village. Overnight, the two men found they couldn't see eye to eye on anything. They took to hanging out only with people of their own persuasion in different parts of town. They stopped trusting one another and said bad things about each other. Soon, the village had two sets of no-go areas, and Friday night entertainment for the community was throwing stones at the other side. UA and EU each began to look back over their past and say that they had never really got on so well with each other, that they had always had their suspicions about the other's true nature. Everyone began to trace this division in society between decent people and the other side, back to before they were even born. This went on for years, with increasing hostility and violence breaking out every now and again. Life wasn't so good now for either man, and they sometimes missed their friendship, but each knew for certain that they were in the right and the other was in the wrong, so obviously there wasn't much that could be done about it. After about 10 years, however, something else happened to change the situation. UA was doing research when he discovered that his ancestry was of Arab origins, and about the same time, EU learned that his forefathers were predominantly Jewish. EU found the circumcision challenging, and later sepsis developed. But hey, you have to do the right thing. As you can imagine, this did not help them get back to their former friendly relations. Indeed, mutual bad-mouthing and hostilities stepped up a serious notch. Each party was clearer than ever that God was on their side and that the other party was the embodiment of pure evil. In the vernacular of the village, they wanted to kill each other to death, and things were now on a permanent war footing, with many lives lost in each community. Life was unbearable for everyone, but then everyone was in the right, and the other side would never change. There was no point in talking about things. This went on for another 10 years or so. People somehow got used to life being scary, hellish, and generally short. But EU and UA survived, now hating each other more than ever. But then finally, you say, finally, yet again, another change arrived. Democracy reached their village. Now, perhaps at last things might get better, some people thought, but they didn't. Everyone decided which of the two available parties they would support. UA quickly decided that he was naturally a Democrat. On hearing this, EU, knowing for sure that whatever UA did was inherently mistaken, nailed his colour to the Republican mast. Both became ardent party activists, fueled by their spite for one another. UA campaigned for state support for the agricultural sector, while EU fought for oil pipelines across sacred pasture lands. Vitriol and paranoia in the community reached unprecedented levels. It would be nice to be able to say that after another decade or so, when UA and EU were in their twilight years and growing weary of perpetual war, loss, and bitter hatred, they each began to think about what great friends they had been, perhaps question whether they should have written the other off as a worthless piece of shit, and perhaps recognize that in reality they had more in common than what divided them, and that they were far more alike than they were different. That would be nice, but it didn't happen, because think about it, a Protestant Arab Democrat and a Jewish Catholic Republican are not going to admit that to one another, are they? So everyone lived unhappily ever after. The end.
Okay. They needed to learn TM.
That's exactly what I thought, though.
They
They
needed to learn
discovered that they're
TM.
all the same at the base.
Yeah, and then you can have all the diversity you want, but underneath that diversity, you know that unity exists, and diversity
Exactly.
then becomes a source of celebration. And but you're right, it doesn't happen or hasn't happened, but hopefully it will happen. Hopefully it will happen. So thank you very much for that, Jerry. That's
Thanks for your patience in listening.
no problem at all, Jerry. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so we're down to our last, unless Stephen has come on, but I don't think he has, or unless there's somebody else wants to do another one, but
Louise might be ready to come on.
but I don't think that's going to work, Richmond.
She said she is ready. Just check.
I'm going to do one now.
Okay, I'll just see. We'll see. Can we get Louise first? Hi, Louise.
Hi there. I've changed to the Ethernet, so I'm hoping the sound will be better, but I do need to do another sound check. So
Okay, try it.
Okay, I'll have to share the sound again.
It's still giving me a message. Your bandwidth is low, so let's just see what happens. And you're gone again, Louise, I'm afraid.
No.
Yeah,
frozen.
I don't think it's going to work, Louise. Well, Don, do you want to go last or do you want to go now?
I'll go now.
You'll go now. Okay. Sorry, Louise. It's not working out, so I'm just yeah. Okay. Actually, you're yeah. Okay, Don, you go ahead and we'll go back to Louise.
I think you'll all know this one. You may talk.
Telephone, Louise.
Dr. Don is muted now.
Sorry, Don, unmute yourself.
Okay, great.
You'll have to start again. I was trying to mute Jerry and I muted you by mistake.
So, are you right there, Mike?
Yeah.
You heard of Columbus sailing across the Atlantic Sea, but he never had to go railing from Ennis as far as Kilkee. You rush for the train in the morning, the excursion train starting at 8. You're there when the clock gives the warning, but there for an hour you'll wait. And as you're sitting in the train, you hear the guard sing this refrain. Are you right there, Michael? Are you right? Do you think that you will be there before the night? Oh, you've been so long in starting, so we couldn't say for certain, and we might know, Michael, so we might. You find out where the engine's been hiding. It takes you to Sweet Corofin. Says the guard, back her down on the siding. Here's the goods from Kilrush coming in. Perhaps it comes in 2 hours. Perhaps it breaks down on the way. If it does, says the guards, be the tidings. We're here for the rest of the day. And while you sit and curse your luck, the train backs down into a truck. Are you right there, Michael? Are you right? Have you got the parcel there for Mrs. White? Oh, you haven't, oh, begorra, say it's coming down tomorrow, and it might. No, Michael, so it might. I'm finishing it there.
Well done, Dan. Well done, Dan. Very nice. Very
Very
nice.
good.
So I'll just unmute Louise once again. She was just asking to be unmuted. So with that, but I have a funny feeling it's not going to work. Hi, Louise.
No, I won't try again. I
Oh,
can try
okay.
one more time, but I don't want to
Yeah.
use.
Okay. Okay. So we'll go again. We'll get it again sometime, Louise.
Yeah. I'll do a quick reading if you want.
Oh yeah, lovely. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's there's two things here. There's a English translation from one of the Upanishads about prana, and then just a poem by Wendell Berry, which has been my little savior through the pandemic. So nothing from my creation, but things that I enjoy. So the story of prana, and you can hear me all right at the moment, can you?
We can hear you fine. Your video is not so good, but the sound is fine.
Okay. So this is from the Prana Upanishad. Once upon a time, looking everywhere, traveling far and wide, are 6 seekers of truth and wisdom. After many miles and long journeys, they hear of a great sage who may be able to help them in their quest. They arrive at a hermitage deep in the forest. The sage asks them to spend a year with him, and then they ask him whatever they wish. The seekers agree, becoming the sage's disciples. After a year, one of them asks the sage, which sense is of greatest importance in sustaining the body? In reply, the sage tells them the story. Once upon a time, there were 5 senses: hearing, sight, smell, taste, and touch. One day, as they were sitting around, they talked about all the things they could do. The senses are somewhat boastful about their abilities and importance, and they claim to be rulers of the body. Look at us, for we are remarkably special, they claimed. There is no way the body survives without us, they boasted. Each sense in turn showed off its abilities. Hearing filled the space with music that breathed emotion and passion that stirred the soul. Sight matched the music with breathtaking splendor of swirling magical forms and exquisite shades of color. Smell, in a puff of breath, perfumed the expanse of heavenly aromas. Taste, not to be outdone, exhaled out a cornucopia of mouth-watering flavors. Touch made the whole body vibrant with each and every breath, tingling with soft warmth and delicious coolness. They all lavished praise on one another. It was quite a show. Prana quietly breathed in and out, watching this awesome spectacle. It was simply there, present. With the in-breath, prana observed the senses. With the out-breath, it observed the senses. After letting the senses go on for a while, prana said, "None of you reign supreme in the body." No one was listening. The senses had no time or awareness of anything else. They were completely blind to everything beyond themselves and certainly had no sight of prana. Prana tried again. The senses, in their total absorption, had no attention to spare for prana. Angered, prana left. As prana left, the sounds, colors, fragrances, tastes, physical sensations, and the mind all faded and disappeared. The senses ceased to exist. The senses had no idea what happened. As prana returned, they found themselves and knew that they were. Prana left and the senses were no longer there. The senses were suddenly vulnerable and scared. Prana reappeared and suddenly they were aware of prana. Like a light switch, they were turned on and off by this vital energy over which they had no control, but the energy had control over them. With this awareness came the instant realization that they existed because of prana, and that this vital force was far more powerful than them. They did not rule the body at all in any way. Prana did. As they bowed down in respect, prana told them, "Dividing myself 5 times and spreading out in the body, I change my form and create the senses from myself and thus give life in the body." The prana is, in this story, is Mahaprana, and the 5 subpranas, Apana, Prana, Samana, Udana, and Vyana. And that's the story.
Very nice, and very timely, because you know, one thing everybody should be doing these days is pranayama in COVID times to strengthen your lungs. you know. So prana is the life force, it's the breath, as Louise explained there. The senses they have no meaning without prana. Unless you have life, the senses can't sense anything, you know. So it's that strength. So pranayama is there's different ones for strengthening the lungs in different ways, but so it's worth people going to a yoga teacher, or going to Dr. Radvinder or Louise or somebody and learning these techniques, because they're amazing for helping the overall health, but particularly to strengthen your lungs as well, you know. So very timely, Louise, thank you very much. And you have a little poem for us?
Yeah, this is a very brief one, sorry. So it's by Wendell Berry, and again I'm just reading it from the screen. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake up in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free.
Very nice.
Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry about the dancing that didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay, we get the dancing again. We get that again some other time. But okay, thanks, Louise. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're now going to go to Karen and Billy. And I'm sure you're all familiar with Karen and Billy because they've performed for us many times. Hi, Karen. Hi, Billy.
Hi, Noel.
How are you, Noel? How's
Hello.
everybody?
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Hello.
Very good. Very good. Good to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Great to see you again, people. Some fantastic acts there tonight again, which is wonderful. And Dr. Brennan, I was shocked by your rendition there. It was fantastic. And the train call at the end of it was just brilliant, I have to say. And obviously, you've been doing your piano, or whatever you call it, strengthening the lungs. So fair play. Anyway, I'm going to sing this little song. It's a song I wrote myself. It's a song called Baby, That's the Way Life Goes. And it's a song about living your life and living it to the full. And if you're not enjoying your life, well, you've only got yourself to blame. Well, I woke up late one morning, it was early afternoon. The radio was playing some godforsaken tune. I'm staring out the window, and the wind and rain sure blow. Now everybody knows, baby, that's the way life goes. I feel so worn out, tired, I could rest another hour. My body says go back to sleep, my mind says take a shower. As I lay daydreaming, till the Sandman softly shows. Now everybody knows, baby, that's the way life goes. Baby, that's the way life goes. Baby, that's the way life goes. When you're feeling lost and lonely and you slip so out of tune, you're everything so upside down, you don't know what you're doing. You know you're just not living, but you live the life you chose. But baby, that's the way life goes. I walk into the kitchen to make a cup of tea. The reflection in the window shows someone who looks like me. As I stare in silence at the shadows, my eyes close. Now everybody knows, baby, that's the way life goes. Baby, that's the way life goes. Baby, that's the way life goes. When you're feeling lost and lonely, you slip so out of tune. You're everything so upside down, you don't know what you're doing. You know you're just not living, you live the life you chose. But baby, that's the way life goes. I wanna chase a rainbow, to run and laugh and scream, to make a wish upon a star and follow all my dreams. I wanna know I'm living from my head down to my toes. Now everybody knows, baby, that's the way life goes. You can sing it with me if you like. Baby, that's the way life goes. Baby, that's the way life goes. When when you're feeling lost and lonely and you slip so out of tune. You're everything so upside down, you don't know what you're doing. You know you're just not living, but you live the life you chose. But baby, that's the way life goes. Yeah, baby, that's the way life goes.
Woo!
Great.
Very good. We'll have to have another one, Billy, I'm afraid. That's good.
How is the sound there? Is it okay?
Sound is fine, yeah. Sound is great.
Great.
Yeah.
This is a song of celebration. And when I sing this song, I always think of long summer nights and sitting around the campfire, having a few beers with a few friends and singing and playing. And it's just because we've come through a couple of nights of the full moon. This is a song called The Bright Side of the Moon. You've all heard of the dark side of the moon. This is what happens on the bright side of the moon. So. Well, my bags are packed and I'm rolling down the road. Got this whole wide world, but I got no fixed abode. And if you don't like what you're doing, come on and meet me here real soon. And I'll see you on the bright side of the moon. Where I lay my head is where I'll make my home. Like to feel the ground beneath my weary bones. But hey, it might rain soon, like some big old mad monsoon. So I'll see you on the bright side of the moon. Where the breeze blows warm and the days burn long and bright. And the moon shines like the sun on a summer night. So drop everything you're doing, come on and meet me here real soon. And I'll see you on the bright side of the moon. Like to free my mind and feed my feeble soul. Have to say I like to rock, I like to roll. But hey, I might be soon, like some big old hot air balloon. So I see you on the bright side of the moon. Where the breeze blows warm and the days burn long and bright. And the moon shines like the sun on a summer night. So drop everything you're doing, come on and meet me here real soon. And I'll see you on the bright side of the moon. So drop everything you're doing, come on and meet me here real soon. And I'll see you on the bright side of the moon.
Lovely, lovely, and a beautiful duet there as well. And it's ghastly to watch the cameras, to watch all the cameras, because the number of people who are dancing along is fantastic.
So we actually got the dancing in tonight after all, eh?
Yeah, we got the dancing in. Yeah. Jesus giving the thumbs up there. Louise, just someone's looking for the name of that poem, Louise. You can see it in the chat there. Jerry Thompson is looking for the name of that poem. Maybe you put that back in. Keep going, Billy. Keep going.
So this little song is again. So the first song was about knowing if you're not living a great life, you've only yourself to blame. This next song is a little song called The Bumblebee, and it's a song about knowing when you've enough done in your life and knowing when it's time to kick back and take it easy. And like the bumblebee, no matter what's going on in the world, it just goes around bumbling, doing this little thing, and all chaos can be happening, and it doesn't matter. It just says, I'm here and I'm doing my thing. So, well, I've made up my mind today. There ain't nothing gonna get in my way. we'll be doing just fine, drinking red wine on the Champs-Elysees. I'm gonna kick back and throw up the shoes. I'm gonna smile when I'm singing the blues. And we shade neath the trees in the warm summer breeze. 'Cause honey, I've paid my dues. Hey diddle diddle, hey diddle dee, I'm as happy as a big old bumblebee. Today's my day, there ain't nothing gonna get me down. Hey diddle diddle, cock-a-doodle-doo, there's colors in the rainbow other than blue. Just open your eyes and let the sun come shining through. Well, I don't gotta worry or care, kind of feels like I'm walking on air. And at the end of the day, if you're going my way, maybe I see you there. But I don't got no clue where I'm going, kinda heading which way the wind blows. Gonna laugh, gonna sing, gonna do my own thing. Destination never known. Hey diddle diddle, hey diddle dee, I'm as happy as a big old bumblebee. Today's my day, there ain't nothing gonna get me down. Hey diddle diddle, cock-a-doodle-doo, there's colors in the rainbow other than blue. Just open your eyes and let the sun come shining through. Yeah, life is just a sequence of dreams. You're like a rabbit lost in days and high beams. And if you go the wrong way, well, you know what they say, it's never quite as bad as it seems. 'Cause worry is the prayer for doom. But if you don't grow, you never can bloom. Yeah, life can be tough, but you'll be dead long enough. So honey, I changed my tune. Hey diddle diddle, hey diddle dee, I'm as happy as a big old bumblebee. Today's my day, there ain't nothing gonna get me down. Hey diddle diddle, cock-a-doodle-doo, there's colors in the rainbow other than blue. Just open your eyes and let the sun come shining through. One more time, come on now. Hey diddle diddle, hey diddle dee, I'm as happy as a big old bumblebee. Today's my day, there ain't nothing gonna get me down. Hey diddle diddle, cock-a-doodle-doo, there's colors in the rainbow other than blue. Just open your eyes and let the sun come shining through. Yeah, open your eyes and let the sun come shining through.
Very nice, Billy. Thank you. And Carrie put some bees in there for you on the chat as well. You can see them.
Thanks, Annie.
Regina says she wants the lyrics to that one. You have a website, Billy, do you? You do have.
I do, Noel. I sent you a link. Karen sent you a link to something there.
Just put it into the chat now, because people, there's so many chats in there. They just put it into the chat now, so everybody can see a link to Billy and Karen's music, you know, and like I presume they can stream your music. Oh, there it is. There.
Yeah. They can. They can see it all. Noel, can I sing another one?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Someone was looking for the lyrics to that one, you know. Oh, for sure, Billy. Yeah.
Yeah. The lyrics of that are on our website. On the website, yeah. So it's called the Bumblebee. Yeah. Song called the Bumblebee. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a song for all the beautiful women here tonight.
Mona Lisa.
There's many of them here, so. Picture hangs up on the wall, mansions framed with marble hall. There with care and tenderness, not a shade nor shadow mist, the artist's hand has said it all. There you sit now all alone, so much about you never known. Those who chance to pass you by wondered who you were and why. Mona Lisa, did you smile? There you greet them every day, lifeless soul long passed away. There they gaze and look upon such beauty of the days long gone. Who you were, I hear them say. Lovers holding hand in hand, for reasons they don't understand. In silent tears they sit and cry, with their eyes they question why. Mona Lisa, did you smile? Mona Lisa, did you ever know, way back all those many years ago, that fable, tale and myth and legends grow? Mona Lisa, if the truth be told, Mona Lisa, when all's said and done, the question on the tip of every tongue, the answer searched and sought by everyone. Why, Mona Lisa, did you smile? There you sit without a word, your story told and widely heard, while draped with mystery and fame, with reverence they speak your name, like secrets of an ancient world. People come from everywhere, the legions of the ones who care, and those who seek the grail so dear, like pilgrims journey just to hear. Why, Mona Lisa, did you smile? Mona Lisa, did you ever know, way back all those many years ago, that fable, tale and myth and legends grow? Mona Lisa, if the truth be told, Mona Lisa, when all's said and done, the question on the tip of every tongue, the answer searched and sought by everyone. Why, Mona Lisa, did you smile? Mona Lisa, did you ever know, way back all those many years ago, that fable, tale and myth and legends grow? Mona Lisa, if the truth be told, Mona Lisa, when all's said and done, the question on the tip of every tongue, the answer searched and sought by everyone. Why, Mona Lisa, did you smile? The answer searched and sought by everyone. Why, Mona Lisa, did you smile?
Beautiful.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Noel, can we finish on a Christmas song?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Here for it.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely the time of year for it. We'll do the Christmas. So this is a song. This is not one of my songs, but it's a song that means an awful lot to me. And there's not many songs that I do covers of, because I sing all my own songs, obviously. But this song is a song about the First World War, and when the French and the Germans came out and made peace on a Christmas Eve night. And this song is very dear to me because my grandfather fought in the First War, and as a kid I used to mind my grandfather, look after him, and when he'd have a few glasses of punch in him, he'd get up and he'd start talking about the war, and he'd start crying and how terrible it was. And I remember all I ever wanted to do was get out and play with my friends and try and get him to bed. I wasn't really listening to what he was saying. But about 10 years after he passed, I was now a ballad singer. I used to be a ballad singer once upon a time. And I was in a local shop one day, and this song came over the radio, and it stuck me to the floor. And all of a sudden I could understand with compassion what my grandfather had been trying to tell me all those years. And being a ballad singer, I'd never heard of this song before, which is amazing. I asked all my friends who are also singers and ballad singers, and none of them had ever heard of it. So about 10 years after that, again, that's just 20 years later, I found myself down in Listowel in County Kerry doing a support to a very great songwriter called Tommy Sands from Belfast. And Tommy Sands, I got up and sang my few songs. Tommy Sands sang his songs. And afterwards, he introduced me to a man. He said, "You know that guy there?" And I said, "No." He said, "That's the great Nicky McConnell." He said, "Nicky McConnell wrote the song Only Our Rivers Run Free." And we all went back to Mickey McConnell's house afterwards, and we sat down, and Mickey McConnell played this song. And then I realized that I was sitting in the front room with the guy who'd actually wrote the song 20 years later, which was kind of an amazing thing, you know. So this is a song called Christmas 1914. And I suppose what I also love about this song is that it really puts you into the trenches with the men at the time. And the only other song I ever realized that could do that was a song called Waltzing Matilda. You know, you really get the feeling of what was going on at the time. And I suppose we need to be very thankful at the times we live in, that we don't live in a time of war or in a country where there is a war. And for it being Christmas, you know, a time of peace and a time of love, and to remember that. And year 1914 on Christmas Day, on the Western Front, the guns all died away, and lying in the mud on bags of sand, we heard a soldier sing from no man's land. He had a tenor voice so rich and true. The words were strange, but every note we knew. And soaring o'er the living, dead and damned, a soldier sang of peace from no man's land. Oh, silent night, no cannons roll. A king is born of peace forevermore. Oz Cam, Oz brothers hand in hand. A soldier sang of peace from no man's land. They slowly left their trenches, we left ours. Beneath tin hats, their smiles bloomed like wildflowers. With photos, cigarettes, and flasks of wine, we made a soldier's peace on that front line. Their singer was a lad of 21. We begged another song before the dawn, and soaring mid the carnage, death and fear, he sang again the song all long to hear. Oh, silent night, no cannons roll. A king is born of peace forevermore. Oz Cam, Oz brothers hand in hand. And the soldier sang of peace from no man's land. In the morning all the guns roared in the rain, and they killed us and we killed them again. With bayonet, bomb and bullet, gas and flame, and neither them nor us at all to blame. There was heavy fighting all throughout that day. For one night's peace we bitterly did pay. That night they charged We fought them hand to hand, and I shot the lad who sang from no man's land. Oh, silent night, no cannons roar. A king is born of peace forevermore. All's calm, all's brothers hand in hand. And the soldier sang of peace from no man's land. Oh, silent night, holy night, and his ghostly voice still rings, of the young dead soldier sings. They're the captains and the kings of no man's land.
Nice.
Very nice, Billy. Very, very nice.
Very much, folks.
Yeah.
As I said, you know, just to be thankful of the times we live in and the place where we live, that we have no major wars or conflicts going on in our country at the moment, which we're very lucky to have, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and for the most part in Europe anyway, and I can't say all around the world, but definitely, you know, I mean, we have COVID, which is, but I mean, it's, you know, nothing in comparison to World War I or World War II, you know, so the horrors of that, you know, so yeah, no, thanks a million, Billy. Nice Christmassy song to finish on, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thanks for coming on.
Beautiful again. Yeah, wonderful. Thanks, Billy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Billy. Is that swimming?
You're welcome. Would you like me to sing something a little bit more lively just to lighten the spirit a little bit?
Well, you have a short one, a lively short one, yeah.
I have a short one. It's another Christmas one, and it's my own song. It's a song called The Christmas Blues, and it's on the website. You'll be able to see it there. It is but it's a nice little. Just the Christmas 1914 is a little bit heavy, so it is. This will just lighten it up a little bit for everybody. It is. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's another Christmas day. Snow started falling, Santa's on his way. He's got Rudolph and his reindeers and lots of lovely toys. Be coming down the chimney to all your little girls and boys. He's got him on his Santa suit and his daddy Christmas shoes. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Got the Christmas blues. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas time once more. There'll be chestnuts roasting on the fire and Jack Frost at the door. There'll be hanging Christmas stockings full of Christmas trees and gums. There'll be cake and cookies and fresh milk for Santa when he comes. So sleep now, little babies, no playing peekaboos. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Got the Christmas blues. Well, fairy lights and Christmas trees all covered up with snow, and Daddy kissing Mommy underneath the mistletoe. Children waking everywhere, the bells ring out the news. Merry Christmas, everyone. I got the Christmas blues. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. It's Christmas everywhere. It's time to talk of peace and love. There's magic in the air. A time of happiness and joy to reach out and to share. A time of giving and goodwill to show the world you care. A time to raise a voice of hope, so sing out if you choose. And Merry Christmas, everyone. I got the Christmas blues. Well, fairy lights and Christmas trees are covered up with snow, and Daddy kissing Mommy underneath the mistletoe. Children waking everywhere, so bells ring out the news. Merry Christmas, everyone. I got the Christmas blues. With fairy lights and Christmas trees all covered up with snow, and Daddy kissing Mommy underneath the mistletoe. Children waking everywhere as the bells ring out the news. Merry Christmas, everyone. I got the Christmas blues. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. I got the Christmas blues. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, lads, for having us on here, and hope everyone has a beautiful Christmas, peaceful Christmas, and enjoy yourselves. It's great seeing you all again. Great to see all the doctors again, and how wonderful you look.
Yeah, well, we'll be hopefully we'll be back on with some more courses and webinars in the new year, and then we'll definitely be back on for the equinox in March, which is obviously the 21st of March, you know. So we'll be back on for that. So we'll be sending you an email about that if we don't see you in the meantime, you know. So that's brilliant. What time is it now? It's 9:25. So we're drawn to an end. We're going to end with a solstice poem from Roberta. So Roberta, I'm going to unmute you. And if you're still there. Hi, Roberta.
She seems to can't unmute now.
Sorry?
She's struggling to unmute.
Okay. Okay. We had Roberta unmuted before, so maybe there's a... Okay. Okay. Well, maybe that's telling us that it's time to finish because it's... Oh, no, Roberta.
No, she didn't.
Hi, Roberta.
I don't know if it's a good idea to end on after such a joyful song, but if you like, I'll read it. It's very short.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, it's called The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper. So the shortest day came and the year died, and everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen. All the long echoes sing the same delight, this shortest day. As promise wakens in the sleeping land, they carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends and hope for peace. And so do we, here, now, this year and every year, welcome Yule.
Hey, Roberta, that was lovely. That's a lovely poem to end on, actually. It's not, that's very, very uplifting, you know. So, yeah, thank you very much, Roberta. Very, very nice. Very
it
nice.
really chimes with Billy's finale, which is bringing in the joy, the light, the life. And that's where we're headed. And that's what this celebration's all about too.
Yeah, it's a really special day. From now on, the days are going to start getting longer. I mean, it'll take a while before you'll actually notice that, but little by little, you'll see the sunlight coming back. And before you know it, well, in Ireland in the summertime, it's just incredible. Like, it's still bright at 10 o'clock at nighttime. So there's such a vast difference between the winter and the summer, but we're on the way back there. So it won't be too long before we're there. So I just want to say thanks a million to everybody. You see, we've still 81 on. We had over 100 people at one stage. So thanks a million for everybody for coming on. I hope you enjoyed it all. We had a fantastic year in the Ayurveda Centre. It was our busiest year ever, and we're hoping for much greater things next year as well. We had a new doctor join us. Dr. Chateli joined us last year, and obviously Dr. Naheed came back from India as well. And Dr. Rajvinder is as busy as ever and enlightening everybody around the place. And of course, Dr. Brennan is the stalwart of Ayurveda in Ireland, and he's still doing everything he can to promote Ayurveda. So we had a great year this year, and we hope to have an even better year next year. I'm not sure if any of the doctors want to say anything before we finish.
Just thanks to Noel for organizing this yet again, and for organizing us, and hopefully next year taking us further into the light with all of you with us on this journey towards health and happiness. And thanks for being with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a wonderful time over Christmas. A lot of rest. Don't do too much. Take it easy. And we'll see you all in the new year. So wish you all the best and a lot of health and happiness. Thanks for your contribution. It was so nice to see Ayurveda things as well from Sonia and Louise and other people. It is so uplifting for us. So thank you for all of your support, love, kindness you gave to us for this year. And hopefully we'll keep seeing you for the next year as well. Thank you. A lot of gratitude. Thanks to all.
Thank you everyone for just entertaining us, like, just making all this environment and vibe for the Christmas and the New Year. And thanks to Noel for arranging this. He always find, something to just keep us all connected, the entire ride with the family. And I wish everyone a very good year ahead with good health, with happiness. And I wish that we all can travel as freely as we used to do, because I'm really missing to travel. I'm really missing holidaying and going on vacations. So I hope we get rid of this COVID thing as soon as possible in the next year. Thank you for joining, everyone. Okay, bye. Good night.
Thanks, Dr. Naheed. Thanks, Dr. Naheed.
Thank you everyone for being here, and it was a lovely evening. Lovely to hear all the talents from everyone, and may the Christmas season fill your home with joy and your heart with love and your life with laughter. So wish everyone a good health ahead. Thanks Noel, and thanks all the doctors and everyone out here. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Ciccelli. Thank you very much. Okay, so it just remains for me to wish you all a great Christmas. We'll be back in touch with you. Don't worry. We'll be, we'll be organising things in the new year. I think Dr. Brennan is going to do something on boosting immunity, which is obviously very important. We're going to do a webinar on that in the new year, and some of the other doctors have other webinars, and we'll be back for more parties as well. Okay, everybody. Good night. Jai Guru Dev. Have a great night. Have a great Christmas, and we will talk to everybody soon. And a big thank you to all the entertainers. Someone said, is this recorded? It is. I'll send you the link. I'll put it up on YouTube tomorrow, and I'll send you the link so you can go back over it over Christmas time. Okay, cheers everybody. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you.